my job is to talk to you about Shurley grammar, or Shurley English. We call it Shurley grammar most of the time. We have this for levels 3, 4, and 5. And some of your kids may not be in this one, but they are all set up the same. The books are. And last year was my first year ever teaching it, and I wasn't trained with Shurley grammar, so I had to learn a lot with the children. And the easiest way for me to do that was to set up my book. Now, I'm not sure if your teachers are going to do this with your kids, but if they do not, I highly suggest splitting it up with tabs, because there's all different sections here. You've heard of, say, jingles. We'll sing noun songs, verb songs, all the little things. All those are in there, so I always have a jingle section. I have a reference, which is a /rule section. This is your lifesaver. There it is. Oh, goodness. There are a lot of rules. And you can always go back and look at them. And there's 74 different ones that your children will learn over the year. And one of the most important ones I also tabbed separately. And it's called the question and answer flow. Last year and this year too, I'm teaching 5-day, and a lot of my parents even ask questions on this. What is a question and answer flow? How are we doing this? When we all went to school, we learned how to diagram sentences, basically. This way we're asking the questions to the students, and it helps to trigger what it is. And I'll give you an example. There's a sentence here that says, 3 spirited horses ran quickly away. And as a parent or teacher, you would ask the kids, what ran quickly away? And they would be like, oh, I know, the horse. Okay, well, what is the horse? It's a subject noun, so they would write SN above it. So in this book, it is reference 11, but this is one I would highly suggest you tab, because it gives, once you learn how to ask the questions this way, you'll be able to do it with all the questions that are in the practice section of this book. And this is the hardest thing for us older people to comprehend, because this is how we were taught. So, and I'll be honest with you, I had to use the script, because the teachers have like the little script telling me what questions to ask. But after about 5 or 6 weeks, I was so proud of myself, I could walk away from the script and I could just ask the questions. And I even would have my students take turns asking the question. Oh, what did so-and-so do? Oh, he ran. That's a verb. And so it's just kind of fun asking the question back and forth, which sometimes they don't understand. Why are we doing this in a line and a bracket and all that? So I actually enjoyed this a lot more than the way I was taught. That was a side note, sorry. Another section that we have here is called practice and worksheets, and this is where all their worksheets are housed in here. And a lot of times it will tell you in the instructions, use reference 4 or use reference 34, and you can go back if you're not sure how to do it, or if they can't remember, they can always go back to the reference where there's examples and all of the rules that they need. Honestly, that was the hardest part for me and for the kids, is just how was everything laid out. So if you go ahead and tab it, that is a great help. Also, you'll notice if you look in the references that there are several rules and regulations on writing, and you might wonder why your students won't be doing that, and that's because we have a different writing program that we're going to use, which I don't know if Miss Jones is next, but she'll be talking to you about that. So we're going to do questions later, right? Okay, but I just wanted to let you know that at first when you pick it up, it might not seem user-friendly, but if you break it up in brackets, it is. And find that reference that says question and answer flow that gives you the definitions and has all the little sample questions that you can practice with to help your child, because that's very, very helpful. Because they will do 2 sentences every single day throughout the whole year on this question and answer flow. So it is a very major component of the curriculum. Thank you.
Pass it around so they can take pictures.
Yes, I sure will.